Hello everyone, my name is Derek DeNicola. I am a screenwriter, producer, living out of Los Angeles, and I should be writing right now, but I am not. I am talking to you instead. And today I actually wanted to talk to you about the importance of journaling. I think it's one of the more underrated tools in a writer's arsenal. It's literally something anybody can do, and pencil and paper are still really, really cheap. And journal on your laptop if you want to. Sometimes I can type faster than I can write, especially if I'm really hot on an idea. I'll click away on a keyboard faster than I can get it out with even a really great pen. Sorry, here's my big dumb cup. Does anybody else have one so you don't have to refill it all the time? I thought they were stupid, and turns out it's insanely practical, especially living in Los Angeles with the dry heat. Stay hydrated. But this is about journaling. Okay. It's not really like the Dear Diary kind of journaling. It can be if you want it to. This is just kind of a place that you go when you're stuck or you're lost or you just need to hear your own voice again. You know, when people tell you to write in your own voice, I'm like, what is my voice? What is my voice? Well, the truth is your voice is more immediately accessible in journaling than it is doing your pre-writing and outlining and trying to create your voice for the sake of movie industry style screenplay. The journal's where it really happens. I like a journal with no lines, just big blank pages, and I have pencils, pens, and those little brush pens. I love the look of a brush pen too. And so I'll write in my journal and I'll use my writing utensil based on my mood. And I like journaling because I just feel like if I ever try to hold everything in my head, I would immediately lose it. Ever since I was a kid, I always had tiny slips of paper, and my mom would make fun of me. I would tear off edges of notebook paper and I'd write little notes to myself, even if it was just my homework assignments for the day. And I'd write little tiny and put them everywhere. And then I'd come home and there would be a confetti of just notes and ideas and little thoughts and things like that. Nowadays, it's in the Notes app. I'd show you my phone, but I'm recording from it. And I just have like that big blank page too, because sometimes I like to do automatic writing, which means if I'm feeling stuck, and even if I don't know what to write in my journal, I will just scribble, just the art of motion until words come, until thoughts come. And I think it's really important that I don't judge myself whenever I'm writing. And if you're stuck too, definitely don't judge yourself, especially if you want to find your voice. And one of the best parts about journaling as an adult is that you don't have to worry about people reading your shit, mom and dad. So you can keep it in a safe place, but you should have a place where you can go and judgment-free allow your mind to vomit a little bit. I journal my thoughts, fragments of ideas, pieces of dialogue that I think would go great in a story, even if I don't have a story to put them in. I'll often journal when I get frustrated too. It's important to understand the things that you emotionally connect with. And if you're emotionally connected to something, and it doesn't have to be frustration, it can be love, it can be lust, it can be frustration. Oh wait, I got somebody in the chat. Michael Mix 2. Can't chat for long, but to stay updated, let's connect on Discord. Feels like a bot. Is it a bot? Might be a bot. Anyway, where was I? Oh, something good. You could write about something good. But if you're so emotionally compelled to write something, I think that's meaningful, and I think that you should pay attention to it. Even if it's not in the moment. One of the best things about journaling is that it stays there and you can go back. And if you're like me and use pen or pencil or brush pen, or sometimes I will write larger if I'm angry, or smaller if I'm feeling myopic on the inside. I'll underline, I'll circle, I'll strike through. It's more like an artist's palette than it is a chapter by chapter, page by page understanding of your literary work. But you can go back and you can look and you can pick up themes. Man, I often get angry about the same things. There's a writing exercise called The Hill I Die On. And in a writer's room, you can go around and ask everybody, what's the hill that you will die on? Waiters must get tipped 20%, even if they do a bad job. That's a hill I die on because I'm also a waiter. That's also how I make my money. But things like that. And then if you keep coming across the theme of like, oh, I keep getting frustrated that waiters get undertipped. If like, okay, well, what's the theme? There's a theme about wage disparity, about maybe I'm upset because I'm upset on behalf of all working class people. Maybe I'm a working class author, and maybe the story that I want to tell comes from blue collar frustration. There are things to be derived from the things that you decide to journal about over and over again. Sorry, a bit parched. It's a really hot day out there, just FYI. Yeah, so when it comes to journaling, don't write, don't edit, don't think too hard about it. It's just writing without judgment. It isn't for anyone else to see. It's really just for you. Oh, other people call them morning pages. My morning routine is a little different. A lot of people like the clarity and the calm and the quiet of the morning, and they use their pages to reacclimate themselves. My morning is a little bit more of like walking the dog and eating a breakfast and having coffee. I will say that my brain isn't necessarily churning out literature or even poetic thoughts that early. It kind of takes me a little while to get going. Journal when you can. There is no schedule for writing, which is like one of the best parts about being a writer. You could do it anytime, anywhere. Yeah, so circling back to your journals, repetition, like what do you keep writing about? And then notice your penmanship too. When do you write big? When do you write small? What did you underline? What did you highlight? What did you scratch out angrily? And then also just sometimes half-finished ideas find a place, sometimes like days, weeks, months, years down the line. And even if you look back and you get that kind of gross feeling, like, ooh, that's what I wrote, that's what I thought was good. Yeah, man, you've learned something about yourself. And I think what's valuable at that is like, yeah, maybe you have given yourself the ick, but you know what? It was true at one point, and there's value to knowing that something felt true at one point. And just because you don't feel that way anymore doesn't mean that you won't feel that way again, or that people won't feel that way at some point in their lives. And these are reliable things that you can feed back into characters who need them, who need those things, who need those lines, who need those motivations, who need those thoughts, really. I don't really know what else to say about journaling, honestly. It's just that I'm a big advocate for it. It's not necessarily glamorous, and there's no competition to win journaling. But it's even more reliable, I'd say, than an outline, because it's where all of the messy truths are, and it's where all of the interesting things are. And if I had to say I had an order of operations, it would be idea, journal, outline again. No, I'm sorry. You know what? I want to correct that. It would be idea, journal, pre-writing, researching, pre-writing, outlining again, and then story. So I don't know. I hope that if you guys are getting stuck, or even if you're just not feeling your best, if you don't have health insurance and you can't afford therapy, grab a pen and paper and journal your heart out. And if you're too scared to write something down, just commit to burning it. Hold it over the stove. Don't set off your smoke alarm. Don't do that, as a matter of fact. There are better ways to dispose of private thoughts, but don't set fire to anything. I don't want to be liable. especially in California and wildfire. No, don't do it. But with that being said, that's kind of all the thoughts that I had on journaling. And I would just say, I hope it helps you. Well, speaking of journaling, it's a great opportunity to tell you that if you haven't, or if you still need to, or you needed someone to tell you because you wouldn't give yourself permission, now get to writing. Again, my name is Derek DeNicola, writer, producer here in Los Angeles, California. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel, DerekDeNicola.com. We'll have links to everything, Derek DeNicola on the YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoyed our little chat today. And I look forward to doing it again. Remember that writing isn't always writing. Writing is thinking. Writing is asking yourself deeper questions and pushing your mind further than what is just on the surface. So don't just write, explore. And I'll talk to you soon.